Good morning students, class 12th, chapter number 6, applications of derivative, lecture number 3 homework and lecture number 4. So we are going to discuss two questions from your homework part. The first question is question number 16 of exercise 6.2. Here the function given is f of x equals log of sin x. It is asked in the question to prove the function is increasing in 0, pi by 2 and decreasing in pi by 2 to pi. So let us just draw the intervals first. So suppose this is 0, pi by 2 and this is our pi, right? Now let us differentiate it. We get by differentiating it with respect to x, log of sin x will be 1 upon sin x. Differentiation of sin x will be cos of x. Solving it we get tangent of x, right? Now you see when x belongs to 0, pi by 2, this interval, then this is the first quadrant value. Here all the trigonometric functions are positive. You can write tangent x is greater than 0 in this case. F dash x is greater than 0 and hence it is increasing. Clear? Now when x belongs to pi by 2 to pi, which is the second quadrant values, right? In second quadrant tangent theta is less than 0, tangent x is less than 0. That means f dash x is less than 0. So you can say it is a decreasing function. This is the only thing that we had to prove, that the function given is increasing in the first interval and decreasing in the second interval, right? We have done it. Now let us go to another question. It is question number 18. In this it is asked to prove that the function f of x equals x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 100. It is increasing on capital R means all the real values, right? So let us differentiate it. What do we get? 3x square minus 6x plus 3. Taking 3 common, we have x square minus 2x plus 1. We see this is a formula for x minus 1 whole square. Hence we get a square term, and 3 is positive, which is always going to be greater than 0. You put any value of x inside the bracket. Suppose you put minus 2, minus 1 and we have 3. Right, so minus 2 and minus 1 will be minus 3 of square, but the answer will always be greater than 0 because the square will make this positive. Hence it is always going to be greater than 0. So we can say if f dash x is greater than 0, it is an increasing function, right? Or because it is just a case of increasing, you can check for 0 also. When x is equal to 1, which is also a real number, it becomes 0. So it is greater than equal to 0. Hence it is a increasing function. Clear? Now we are going to start with a new concept of tangents and normals. Clear? Let us start that. To start tangents and normal, to start this, let us start with slope, which is a very basic thing to learn about tangents. Slope, the another name to it is given as gradient. Right, we have already done slope and gradient in grade 11th as well as in your earlier classes. Let us just have a quick recapitulation of it. The trigonometrical tangent of the angle that a line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. So I am drawing your axis. Let this be x-axis. This be your y-axis. Let a line be there. Clear? So this line is making some angle. Let this be angle theta. So this line is making angle theta. So just listen to it carefully. The trigonometrical tangent of the angle that a line makes with the positive direction of x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction is called the slope or the gradient of the line. So tan theta equals m, where theta is the angle that line is making with the positive direction of x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. Since a line is parallel to x-axis, suppose I draw a line and it is parallel to x-axis. Let us name it as L1. Okay, so naming it as L1, this is the line which is parallel to x-axis. So when it is parallel to x-axis, we see this is making angle 0 degree with x-axis. So tan 0 is 0. That means the slope when a line is parallel to x-axis is 0. Suppose a line is perpendicular to x-axis, or we say a line is parallel to y-axis. This is a line which is parallel to y-axis and it is actually making 90 degree with x-axis perpendicular. So when theta becomes 90 degree and tan 90 is not defined, it is infinity. Hence the slope value when theta, that means the line is perpendicular to x-axis, is not defined, and when it is parallel to x-axis, the theta value which is 0, hence tangent of 0 degree will be 0. Slope will be 0 in this case. Also, suppose we have a line which is equally inclined with the axis, right? So slope of such line will be either +1 or -1. Why? Suppose it is making 45-degree angle with both the axes, so tan 45 will be 1. Suppose we have a line and it is making 45-degree angle, suppose, right? So tangent 45 will be 1. Suppose we have a line which is making an angle like this, suppose it is 135 degree, right? So it is then tangent of 135 will be -1. So the slope value will be -1 in this case. Clear? Now this is when the angle is given and we have to find the slope. Suppose we have not been given the angle and we just know a line is passing through 2 points. Let the first point P be x1, y1 and point Q be x2, y2. Now if the line is passing from these 2 points, how do we find the slope? y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which is difference of ordinates divided by difference of abscissa we have. Okay, now this is known as the slope when 2 points are given. Angle was given, we use tan theta. Now if 2 points are given, we will use this formula to find out the slope. Suppose a line is there which is passing from 2 points such as 2, -1 and the another point is 3, 4. So the slope will be 4 minus of -1 divided by 3 minus 2, which is equal to 5. This is when 2 points are given. Suppose points are also not given and we have been just provided with the equation of line ax plus by plus c. This is the general form of equation of line. Now if I find the slope, it will be minus of a divided by b, which is minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Okay, suppose we have an equation like 3x minus 2y plus 5 equals 0. If I have to find the slope, it will be -3 divided by -2, which is actually 3 by 2. So slope value here is 3 by 2. This is when the equation of line is given to us. This is the formula that we use to find out the slope. Clear? So this was the very basic thing that I have taught you. You have already learnt about this. One more thing, how do we find angle between two lines, right? Suppose theta is the angle between two lines and the slope of the lines are m1 and m2. Okay, theta is angle between two lines. Okay, now in this case, how do we find that angle between two lines? We do it as m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. This is the formula we use to find out the angle between two lines if they have the slope as m1 and m2. Clear? Now if lines are parallel, then suppose you may note this point, if lines are parallel, you know, if lines are parallel, the angle between them would be 0 degree. So theta will be 0 and tan theta will be tan 0 equals m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m1 m2. Clear? This we have. Now it is equal to 0. So m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. This implies what? That m1 will be equal to m2. So we can say if lines are parallel, then their slopes has to be equal. This is one condition or one result that we can use in some of the questions. Suppose the lines are perpendicular. Okay, if the lines would have been perpendicular, just to see here, then tan theta would be 90 degree, angle would be 90 degree, right? So if lines are perpendicular, then m1 and m2 are the slopes of line. Then we get m1 m2 equals -1. Why do we get it? If it is not defined, that means this will be, if this is not defined, then 1 plus m1 m2 will be equal to 0. Then only this term can be not defined. It has to be 0. So m1 m2 is -1, that means m1 is equal to -1 upon m2. So if two lines are perpendicular, the condition is that the product of their slope will be -1 and we can calculate from 1 the slope of another line. Clear? This is the condition of perpendicularity we say. Clear? Now equation of straight line. Suppose we have a straight line having the points as x1 comma y1 and its slope is m. How do we form the equation? Y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. This is how we form the equation. Clear? Because you know slope value is y minus y1 upon x minus x1. This, right? Multiplying both the side with x minus x1, we get this equation. So this is what we are going to use in forming the equation of normals and tangents. So before that, let us just understand what's the tangent and what's the normal. Here in the graph, as you can see, I have drawn a curve y equals f of x on which a tangent is drawn, right? And what is a normal? A line which is perpendicular to the tangent is known as the normal of the curve. And this point we have named it as x1 comma y1. Now slope of the tangent. Suppose this is a continuous curve as we can see, and the point x1 comma y1 is lying on it. Then as we have already discussed, the slope of the tangent to the curve at any point P is given as dy by dx equals at which point P? Tan of theta. This is the angle that it is making with positive direction of x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. Clear? So this is how we represent. So how do we find the slope? Using tan theta, which is dy by dx. If we have to find the slope of the normal we will find how? It will be, suppose I name it as m1 and I have to find m2. Now we have already learned if two lines are perpendicular, then the product of the slope is equal to -1. If I have to find the slope of normal, suppose it is m2, -1 upon m1, which is slope of tangent. Hence it is calculated as -1 upon dy by dx at the point P. This is how we find slope of normal. Now if we know the slopes, let us go to the equations now. Just look here. We know that y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1 is the equation of a line having slope as m and passing through the point x1 comma y1. Now this is slope. If this is of tangent, we will just write, instead of this, dy by dx at that particular point into x minus x1. This is known as your equation of tangent. It's just that you're going to take the slope of tangent. Suppose we have to find out the equation of normal. We write y minus y1 minus 1 upon dy by dx at point P. This is slope of normal, x minus x1. So this is equation of normal. Clear? This is how we are going. These are the two forms of equation that we will use for equation of tangent and equation of normal. Clear? Now we are going to do some exercise questions. Let us start with the exercise. Here comes exercise 6.3. So in this we are going to discuss first question. What we have to do in this question, we have to find the slope of tangent of the curve y equals 3x to the power 4 minus 4x. At what point? At x equals 4. So this is our point P actually, right? Now just to see, let us differentiate it. To find the slope is what? Slope of tangent is what? I taught you dy by dx. So we'll calculate dy by dx. It will be 3 into 4x cube minus 4, which is 12x cube minus 4. Now we have to calculate dy by dx at x equals 4. So put the value of x as 4 here. Clear? We can solve it. 12 into 4 cube will be 64 minus 4. We get 768 minus 4, which is 764. So this is the slope of tangent of this curve at this point. Clear? Let us start another question. Here comes another question. Question number 3. Find the slope of the tangent to this curve y equals x cube minus x plus 1 at the point whose x coordinate, that means x value, is given as 2. Differentiate it to find the slope of the tangent dy by dx, 3x square minus 1. Clear? Now at what point we have to calculate? At x equals 2. So we will calculate, or we'll just place 2 in place of x. 3 cross 4 minus 1, which is 12 minus 1, we get 11 is the slope of tangent to this curve at x equals 2. Clear? See, the questions are really easy to solve. Let us go to another question. Here is question number 6. We have to find the slope of normal at x equals 1 minus a sin theta, y equals b cos square theta, at theta equal to pi by 2. So first of all we should find out slope of tangent. Then only we can find the slope of normal. Tangent is dy by dx. But here x and y, as we have done in previous exercises, chapter number 5, x and y are indirectly related through theta. Theta is the parameter here. So we will differentiate this also with respect to theta, this also with respect to theta. Let us find dx by d theta. What do we get? One differentiation will be 0. Minus a sin theta differentiation will be cos of theta. Correct? Let us find dy by d theta. What do we get? B as it is. Cos square theta is 2 cos theta. And differentiation of cos theta will be minus of sin theta. Now divide them and find out dy by dx. So dy by dx will be calculated as dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. What do we get? Minus 2b cos theta sin theta divided by minus a cos theta. Cos theta getting cancelled, minus and minus getting cancelled. We have 2b upon a sine of, you see theta value is pi by 2. So sine 90 is 1. What we are left with 2b by a. This is what slope of tangent at theta equal to pi by 2. Now we have to find slope of normal. What will be slope of normal? Slope of normal will be equal to minus 1 upon dy by dx at that particular value when x is equal to or theta is equal to pi by 2, right? So what we have got? Minus 1 upon. What is the value? Just to see. We have got 2b by a. We will place this 2b by a. 2b by a. So what we get is actually minus a upon 2b is the slope of normal. This is how we find out slopes. Clear? Let us go to another question now. Question number 8. In this we have to find the point on this curve at which the tangent is parallel to the chord joining these two. Okay. So suppose this is a curve and at which there is one tangent. That tangent is parallel to the chord or I can say the line joining these 2 points. So using these 2 points we can find out slope of line. Okay. Suppose using this I am finding slope of tangent. Dy by dx will be equal to 2 into x minus 2. This will be there because differentiation of x minus 2 will be 1. Now slope of chord we will find. Slope of chord, it will be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You see the value of y2 is 4 minus y1 is 0 divided by x2 is 4 minus x1 which is 2. So 4 divided by 2 we have. So we get 2 as the answer. Now because this is slope of the tangent, this is slope of the chord and they both are parallel. So I taught you when two lines are parallel their slopes are equal. So we can equate 2x minus 2 to 2 as tangent and chord are parallel. Right? So you may write because tangent and chord are parallel. So we can equate it. Now solving it, we get the value of x as x minus 2 as 1, x is equal to 3. So we got x as 3. Now we have to calculate y. Y equals x minus 2 whole square. Why we are putting the value of x in this equation of curve? Because we have to find the point on the curve only. So when we put x as 3, 3 minus 2 whole square which is 1. So the point is 3, 1. At this point, the slope of tangent on this curve will be equal to the chord joining or will be parallel to the chord joining these 2 points. Clear? So using this little information given in the question, how to solve the questions of this exercise. Right? So I hope this is enough for today. Do revise slopes, gradients, the formulas to find the angle between two lines whose slopes are given, and equation of tangent and normal. When a line is parallel, what happens? When two lines are perpendicular, what happens? Do learn the conditions. Try to solve the questions. So for homework, you are going to solve exercise 6.3, question number 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. Clear? So I am going to discuss some questions from this and the next questions in the next lecture. So that's all for today. For more videos like this, do subscribe the channel AdQuark and keep liking the videos. Thank you.